first question is from Jerry Caution from Toronto Sun. Your line is open. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks, Sheldon. I'm just wondering if you have an update on Johnson and what you plan to do in goal tomorrow night.
Regards to Johnson, obviously he sustained an injury yesterday, so after spending time with our doctors, everything, it is going to require surgery. We'll have more of an update on his timeline once the procedure is completed, but is expected to miss at least 8 weeks.
Ready again tomorrow night?
In regards to the goaltending, plan for tomorrow is for Campbell to go, and then Freddie would play in Buffalo.
Our next question is from Josh Clipperton. Your line is open. Please go ahead with your question.
Hey, Sheldon, just another injury question. Kyle said last week that Morgan Riley would be looked at again this week. I was wondering if there was an update on his status.
Yeah, there has been a little bit of an update in that there has been some progress here in regards to him healing. However, it is a slow process, but I believe in the next week or so he'll be progressing to sort of being weight-bearing and really starting to move forward with his rehab plan. And he's still, we're still looking at toward the end of March.
Our next question is from Bruce Arthur. Your line is open. Please go ahead.
Sheldon, as you come down the stretch right now and you've got Morgan out for this time, you've lost Johnson, you're working Freddie back in. Over the time you've been coach, it's generally been really successful in terms of how this team's played. How difficult are all these bumps and kind of setbacks making this team's kind of progress as you fight for a playoff spot?
Well, of course, it does present challenges. It affects your depth. I think we've talked about it more than enough times that it is part of the game and it's part of the league. Everybody goes through it. For the most part, most of the teams we're playing are going through similar types of things. And what it does do is it provides additional opportunities for other players that either maybe haven't been playing as much as they would have liked or haven't been playing at all in some cases. So it gives a chance for those guys to grow, which in the long term, helps our team grow. And I think we have shown that the fact that we're in every single game that we're capable of continuing to press on. I think that's really what the great challenge is for us here is to be able to develop and show that we're an upper echelon team. And I believe those teams are the ones that don't get fazed by an injury here or an injury there. So we just got to stay focused on what we need to do well as a group and where we need to continue to grow. And we hope to be in a better spot as a group when those injured players do return.
Quick follow on that. You've talked kind of the whole way along about stuff like giving up odd man rushes, which you've made progress on, and then last night there was a little bit of that. And in terms of staying with what you want to do in terms of aggressiveness and patience, even in the face of defensive teams. Last night was a tricky one in that, but do you feel like you're still growing in that area and you're getting towards where you want to be?
Yeah, I really do. I think, I look at last night and I think we had, in the first period, guy gets behind. To me, it's not necessarily a defensive issue. It's an offensive thing. We have the puck and then we don't. And they sneak in behind us. It's kind of a bang-bang type of situation. The second goal and second period, to me, that's an unacceptable one. That's one I think for all six players on the ice, in that case, didn't do their job. And that's unacceptable to come out and start a period like that. When I do look at what we've really focused on as we come out of the All-Star break, it's to reduce those types of chances that we've given up, or that we were giving up, I should say, and I think we have made great progress in that regard, especially when we consider we're doing it, without Morgan Riley and then without Cody Ceci here now, two guys that have played a lot of those types of minutes for us, and we're filling them in with Sandine and Milligren, and those guys have done a really good job of helping us and The other four guys have done well as have our forwards in terms of insulating them and helping them. So to answer your question, yes, I've seen progress there for sure. But it's a shift-to-shift thing. You have to remain consistent. You have to remain diligent with it. But we also have to realize, though, that hockey is going to happen. We all watch the highlights every night all across the league, and teams give up chances and give up breakaways and give up odd man rushes. It happens. It's part of the game. So it is going to happen. But we've reduced the number of them. We think it's a manageable number for now. As we talked about, it's now how can we, while doing that, how can we still continue to generate the necessary offense to be able to put ourselves in a position to win games.
Our next question is from Marty Klinkenberg from Globe and Mail. Your line is open. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, Sheldon. Last night's game was a game. The Stars had a lot of hits, blocked a lot of shots. Is it the nature? Is that just the nature of the team they were playing, or do you think it's something that you're going to see more and more often down the stretch here?
Well, I think that at the time of year, I think everything is a little bit tighter here now, and I think, as we've already talked about, our team is playing tighter as well. But I think certainly it's the nature of the team we played last night. That's part of what they do, and they've proven over nearly 60 games here now that they're one of the elite teams in playing in that manner. They make it really hard on the opposition, especially when they get a lead. I do expect we're going to see a lot more of that going forward here, especially in our next game. Our next opponent, Ottawa, is another team that plays very similarly and makes it real hard, as we saw not too long ago on home ice. But I think each team really has their own identity in the things that they do and what they're known for. So I think each game is a little bit different. But certainly the time of the year and everything that's at stake, everybody's playing a little bit harder and a little bit tighter. And offense is harder to come by, and that's why we have to be continue to be tight defensively and minimize what we give up, but still push and find ways to attack the net, get on the inside, and generate real scoring opportunities and power plays.